Hi, I'm Hugh, and I wonder, what if I turn brand logos into realistic horror posters? Might sound like a waste of time, but that's exactly what I'm doing. Let's start with DoorDash, the famous delivery platform. Apart from the fees that somehow manage to double the cost of your order, there's nothing particularly scary about it. So I looked at it by Stephen King for inspiration, and then I had an idea. What if I turned the delivery guy into a creepy clown? I start with the background, or in this case, the location. If DoorDash is all about delivering to your door, my brain immediately went, door. And what's the scariest part about a door? Exactly, peephole, especially if behind the door is a clown. My only requirement for the delivery guy is preferably to be more than 17 pixels. That was a perfect candidate. Then I removed his eyes. I'd replace them with something better later, you'll see. The watermark was really bothering me, which, to be fair, is exactly what watermarks are supposed to do, but I got rid of it anyway. Next, I gave him some bright red clown hair, just enough to make it look like it's sticking out from under the cap, cause I'm pretty sure there's something terrifying hiding under there, male pattern baldness. I also gave the DoorDash uniform a little rebrand, added a clown ruff, and split the hoodie into 2 colors. I asked our delivery guy to smile a little more, to get higher tips. Then I gave him a light makeover, just enough to make him look fresh and approachable. Do they say the eyes are the window to the soul? I guess. I painted them completely black. Now it's kinda hard to look away. And to finish the look, I added the final touch, a clown nose. Next up, the pizza. I picked the most eye-watering one I could find. Has this thing been expired for like 100 years? Then added a few nice juicy patches of mold and some dirt on the box. As you can probably tell, the napkin isn't there for hygiene. I wrote positive affirmation on it, which fit this poster a little too well. Then I pinned it to the pizza box with a fork. And to finish it off, the secret ingredient, a ballerina. Every cursed circus needs one. While the music's playing, you've got time to leave a like. Then I added a few more classic toppings, like sausage, at least we know that's organic. Then moved on to the background to match the lighting, and shifted the overall color palette toward colder tones to achieve the gross green horror movie look. And that's the final result. Next time, I'd recommend tipping your delivery driver. If a delivery clown didn't give you chills, let's see if you can handle a sci-fi horror poster. The next poster I was horrorizing was NASA, and I decided to make it in the space opera genre. Is it even a genre? Not the Chalamet kind of opera, but space opera, where rules of gravity and other scientific nonsense matters less than blasters and time traveling. Any movie comes to mind? Because that's roughly the vibe I was going for. An essential part of the genre is a sense of scale, danger, and impending doom. So before doing anything else, I needed this planet to feel like it had minutes left, not years. That's why the burning planet came in with debris and the meteor already drifting through frame. I also wanted to show the magnitude of the threat. This wasn't some ordinary family drama. We were making horror after all, so I added a few skulls and some red stuff. One weapon against an exploding planet? Seems appropriate. Good luck, buddy. Then I added the NASA logo because our movie deserves higher box office, and used their slogan to get more street cred, for the benefit of all. Deep. I moved on to the spaceship and brought back the gradient I created earlier. It made the composition feel much more cohesive and added that oppressive sci-fi atmosphere. The planet still didn't look damaged enough. I needed more destruction, so I replaced it with another version featuring a giant fracture across the side, like it was actively exploding. And now, I'd like to share the greatest design life hack ever invented. Life hack. Not sure about your composition? Just flip it. For the role of the spaceship, I went looking for a different candidate. Something that would actually read against a whole burning planet. Will they make it back to Earth? I separately extracted the ship's light source and changed it to green. Then I added green reflections onto the spacecraft itself, so the lighting actually made sense for once. I can already picture this printed on t-shirts worn by people explaining that their movie taste is very niche. Time for the third and final poster. Meta. You've probably heard the conspiracy theories about your phone listening to you, so I took 1984 as my main reference and turned it into a poster about technology quietly taking over. So I flipped Meta logo upside down, making it look like a pair of evil eyes. Perfect. For the background, I picked New York, city that never sleeps. And never cleans, right? This woman didn't volunteer for the role, but she got the main part anyways. I solved the background issue with a lasso tool like a real cowboy I am. Then I placed an eyeball beneath the Meta logo, so the giant corporation could monitor your questionable actions 24/7 in full 4K. I also added the Meta title and their slogan. This is the real slogan, by the way. I'm not joking. Meta, Metamates, me. For the background work, I also brought in a reference image and a color palette. I added 2 colored light spots to emphasize the buildings, applying them with blending mode modes and brought more attention to the lying woman. Next, I created another layer, painted most of the poster green, then I applied a multiply blend mode. At this stage, the background was basically done, which meant the only thing standing between me and finishing this poster was the eyes. And a new episode of House of the Dragon. I moved on to customizing the eyes. I wanted beams of light coming from the eyes, as if they were scanning the woman. I painted light spots onto the woman, just, to give the composition a more airy feel. Then softened her against all that green before she disintegrated fully into the background. Then I decided to add these beams coming from the eyes, like they're scanning the woman. It kinda plays into that whole being watched idea. I picked where the beams start and end, filled them with a light red, the official color of a light beam by the way, and made them a little transparent. And for the fun part, I created the glitch effect. First, I created 2 copies of the text layer. Then I opened the layer settings and disabled the green and blue color channels on the first layer. For the second layer, I did the opposite and left only the blue channel enabled. Then I shifted one layer slightly left and the other slightly right. And just like that, homemade glitch effect. And because apparently I enjoy making my life harder, I grabbed the rectangular marquee tool and added more movement to the pieces. I repeated this exercise approximately several hundred times. How about that for a mental rigidity, Mr. Psychiatrist? Then I started with the upper cables coming out of the Meta logo. I drew the wires connected to the woman, which explains why she's been lying there for the entire poster. I think this poster might get me banned from Meta. This is what happens when you keep posting AI slop on Facebook. And that's it. 3 horror movie posters inspired by brand logos. Which one was your favorite? And yeah, be careful for what you wish in the comments, because there's a real chance I'll make it.